Slap yourself in the face. There it is. Is Uncharted a real story? Who the
Fuck that. Oh. Ready to hit this, Brandon?
Are you ready to hit this?
No, we gotta do it. We gotta do it. This is what they want.
Let's get her done.
Let's get her done. All right. We're going into 3, 2, 1. What's up, everyone?
What's going on?
We're back here with actually another review, and I know that we've been doing a lot of reviews lately, honestly. But I mean, that's kind of like part of our little thing. You know, we want to talk about like other stuff, but with other big productions of everything coming out, we just have to cover them. Like, there'll become a point where I know that we're gonna have like a little bit of gap where we can just talk about random ass any geek shit here and there. But this is actually one of the most very, very recent ones that actually just came out this week.
Mm-hmm. Just came out like what, 3 days ago?
Yeah, around there. Me and Brandon were lucky enough to be one of the first. Again, the theater wasn't even packed.
Wasn't.
But we got some good ass seats. That's all that matters. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing our review on the blockbuster movie Uncharted, based off the Sony PlayStation just video game universe. And I can say I was actually really excited that they announced that they were actually going to make a movie about this. I think maybe 2 years ago. I think I think around there they said that like, oh, we're going to finally make an Uncharted game. And I'm actually a really big fan of the games. I'm not going to lie. We're not going to get too much into the games today. We're actually just going to go over the movie, but we will be relating some of the stuff to it, but here and there.
As much as we can, I guess.
But, whenever they announced it, I kind of like the little kid in me kind of came out, because I actually, out of all the PlayStation games, I played Uncharted the most. And I think what I just liked about it was because he was just like a regular ass dude going on adventures, finding out like treasures and hidden places or whatnot. And that's what I just really liked about it too. They didn't go over the top with things, you know. It was kind of like a modern day Indiana Jones type ish game. That's what I kind of liked about it. But then just adventure style. Exactly. That's what I really liked about it. Yeah, now we finally got live action. And whenever I actually at first heard about it, I kind of thought about past video game movies in general. I mean, the way I've seen it, a lot of these video game movies haven't been as successful at all. From my hand, I know that there was the recent Tomb Raider movie. It's a really forgotten movie because it did terrible. The Assassin's Creed movie, where they tried to make it their own and people just didn't like that. Awful. I know there was a World of Warcraft movie that came out a couple years ago. It was like an animated type stuff. I think so. But I don't know how successful that was. And then of course we have the old school Lara Croft Tomb Raider stuff from way back when with what was her name? Jennifer. No, I'm thinking of the wrong one. Jessica. No. Angelina. Yeah, I was so one of the famous actors. They say how one of those. It didn't do good, did it?
Not really.
According to critic reviews, it didn't do so well. So again, if we going by percentage wise, it definitely did not do the best in its hype.
70% liked it, which that's not too bad for Uncharted. It was like almost 90% for Uncharted.
So I mean, it's just kind of up there. Again, it's just how you perceive the movies and stuff like that. But me personally, they haven't lived up to the expectations that they do in the video games. And of course, you can do 10 times more in a video game than you can actually do in a movie, you know? Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like maybe if you came out with the idea of a movie first and then put it into a video game, maybe it could work out because you can expand it a little bit more. Yeah. But that's not the case. They baked it off of the game.
Yeah, they really gotta shrink it down for the movie, but that is what it is.
And then the one thing, and I hope I don't have that many haters out there whenever I say this, and maybe I actually do have some people that actually can back me up on this, but when they announced who the actor was for playing Nathan Drake, I looked on it and I thought it was a fucking meme. Whenever but I later found out that it was right that we had gotten Tom Holland to play Nathan Drake, and I looked at it and I was like, are we sure about this? It was like, is there no like recast? Again, I love Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I'm just banking off of his recent Spider-Man fame from No Way Home, of course, and for him to have this movie, I guess just make a little extra dough on the side. This is basically his side project.
Yeah.
But we see Nathan Drake as a grown ass man, and Tom Holland has the traits of a very, very. I mean, he's what 20 like.
Says I think he's about 25 in the movie, but in the games he's like a lot older.
Yeah,
I think he's in he's pushing his 30s.
Yeah, so
maybe
like,
pushing 40.
We see like him grown ass man a little bit. I mean, Tom Holland has the physique for it, but like whenever you think of Nathan Drake, you don't think of Tom Holland.
No, and I kind of said it before. I think talking to you about it, like I feel like Tom Holland is kind of just a little. You think of Nathan Drake and that picture that you showed, where you showed them side by side. Nathan Drake is like he's like tan. He's a darker guy. I mean, he's going out adventuring, so he's a more tan guy. Got Tom Holland, who I'm not gonna call him white, but I guess he's a little bit whiter.
He's got that British.
That's the only thing that
there's no sun.
I guess makes it different. Yeah, but who knows if he goes on more adventures? If they decide to make more Uncharted movies, maybe they'll make him tanner. But like, this was just the beginning.
It was just the beginning. Again, they got the character suit down. Like they got it down right there. The only thing that really, I think I could have seen him as Nathan Drake if they fixed the hair a bit, because we see Nathan has
like a little bit spiked,
like the spiky hair,
spike
and
they
had Tom Holland had that comb over.
They kept Tom, with the same. Yeah,
but then also a very other important character, Victor Sullivan, aka Sully, as Mark Wahlberg. And when I saw that, I was like, "All right, Sonny, you're really pushing me right now.
Yeah.
You're really about to push me on the edge to this or whatever, because Sully is old as fuck in the video games, like he's crazy white hair old.
Yeah, gray hair. Yeah.
And then whenever I said that, but then so I thought I was like, okay, maybe this is a very much younger, Nathan Drake, Victor Sullivan or whatever, and all that stuff. Because I think like in the games, it kind of makes a little bit more sense now-ish. In the games, in the first one, I think they already had known each other. Like they didn't have like an introduction. I think the introduction was in the third game. I could be wrong or whatever, but I know they show like they introduce themselves later on. But the way that I saw that, I was like, bro, like how they're about to cheese the fuck out of this movie. I know fans that were like just hated on it, like on just like them in general for like a bit. But they're like, okay, it is what it is. Let's make the damn movie, right?
Yeah.
Finally get the first trailer, and I was like, look, it looks promising. You see some stuff on there that you'd be like, that the action will be there.
Yeah.
Definitely the action is going to be there. And whenever we saw the movie, action was pretty spot on. Like I think that's why I really enjoyed it better than any of the past video game movies, is that they nailed the action aspect of this movie.
Yeah, they just adapted it very well and compared. Like they weren't trying to be too, to their own. You know what I mean? They were trying to keep it very original, very similar to how the game was. But
bro, it's just it's very just like little like
just
like
little
just punching,
hand-to-hand combat, like
nothing over the top to where like they know they can actually do it.
Right.
But like, dude, I felt for a split moment, I said again, like I said that like second half of the movie that I talked to you whenever we went to go see it. Like I actually felt like I was in the game for a bit.
Yeah,
like
it was just with the back-to-back, like just nonstop action.
Like it didn't stop, bro. Like it kept going.
It just really kept going.
And that's what I really liked about it too. The first half of the movie, I was really like I was not liking the first half of the movie. It was slow but rushed, if that makes sense. Like just like getting
they were really just like trying to get to the story, and I think that's because the video game kind of just puts you into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Immediately, but I think they were just trying to come up with like a whole.
So I mean, get like the little introduction, all that, whatever. But then, like right whenever they passed all that bull crap, like it got right on track. It kept on going.
Which I don't know if we're gonna say spoiler alert or anything. I mean, if you played the game, you already know. If you played any of the games, you probably know how the movie's gonna go. But like, just for things in general. I don't know. I was just throwing that out there.
No, I get
just
you.
in case.
Sorry, little tea break right here, but I'm tired.
He's a little tired.
I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna try to pick up the pace right back. Okay, back at it. So we know from the trailers that the story is about some treasure of gold in
just a lost treasure.
Lost treasure inside like these ships or whatever, and that like they were trying to find it. And who is the main villain of that, or like quote unquote main villain of it?
It started with the C.
His last name. He's Puss in Boots. He plays
what
Puss.
What did you just say?
He plays Puss in Shrek.
Moncada.
Antonio Banderas. You idiot! What do you?
No, that's who he plays in the movie.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
No. Chill.
But he's basically kind of just like I didn't really get like a real deep villain vibe from him. It was just like a more like Daddy doesn't love me.
Yeah, it was more just about he was rich.
He was rich and he wanted to do more.
He wanted to be
I was like, bro, if you're already rich, you just make your own fucking company where you could do your own shit. Like honestly, like
he's got stupid.
But he kind of just went through the extreme to try to find like everything, but that was just stupid. And then he has like his little henchman. We see like a what's her name, Tati Gabrielle. She, I guess, did it kind of say that she was like Sully's ex in the movie, right?
I think she was just an accomplice of Sully's. Like they had worked together before, and I mean, knowing Sully, he like probably betrayed her in some shape of way. That seemed to be a common theme in the movie.
I think, but what like he really nailed that part though, because Sully does do that in the games also.
Yeah.
So for them to actually do that, you get to see it. But like he does it like he's like, well, dude, I like there's a scene where like Nathan gets stuck in a fight. And Sully just leaves.
Yeah, he just dips.
And then Nathan meets him back again, and he's like, oh, you just were gonna leave me or whatever. It's like, oh, you made it. Like he's just like, I mean, dude, you're fucking here, right?
It off. He was like, I mean, we got what we needed. He was like, if you got lost, oh well, but it worked out.
So again, like that first part, trying to get the whole it was obsessed around like fucking keys. Like those keys like really made like a whole thing into that movie. Before we keep on going. We see like in that beginning part, the very first scene was a great little snippet of an action scene of the plane with all the cargoes falling out.
Right, that's a classic.
That's a classic, just like straight. That's straight out of the game.
Just literally pulled out of the game.
Straight out of the game. Good little action sequence right there, and then it hits to like a fadeaway to what does it say? 15 years earlier.
I think so. 15 years.
15 years earlier, and we see a younger Nathan Drake with his brother Sam, and Sam pops up here and there, like name wise in the games, but then we actually see him in the fourth one, I believe. But you can see like the kind of bond that like Sam teaches him about this history type shit of like how to find like all this crap and whatnot. And then we see that Sam leaves. But the second thing that I wanted to mention was, how fucking old is young Nathan Drake? Because that's that's not like, if we're saying 15 years earlier, bro, there's no way that dude is 10 if he's 25 in the movie. There's no way that dude is 10 years old. That dude is a fucking teenager. How old is Tom Holland in this movie?
Then I guess he's around 25, 30. If it's 15 years earlier, he would have been...
So Tom Holland's supposed to play... Exactly. That's what I come back to, like, if he's playing a fucking 30-year-old, Tom Holland does not look 30.
I guess he could pass for 27.
Oh, my God. You're trying to play, like, fucking pity on this dude.
I mean, I liked him as... I have a buddy at work that, like, was going to boycott this movie just because it was Tom Holland. And I was trying to explain it to him. I was like, but in terms of the whole, like, franchising aspect, like, it makes sense that they would make him a little younger, especially if they want him to keep playing Nathan Drake or whatever, because we all know how long it takes to like make a movie, like a year or two to just produce a movie in general. So Tom Holland's gonna, if he does like 4 of these, that's 8 years of Tom Holland's life.
So he's gonna get to the point where
it makes sense that they need him to be younger.
Into Nathan Drake. And the reason I bring that up too is because my casting of it. Are you familiar with Nathan Fillion?
I might know who he plays.
Look,
not off the top of my head.
That's Nathan Fillion, and he actually made a way back when. Look, bro, you cannot say that Nathan Fillion does not look like Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Bro, they actually made a fan made video with him acting in it, and it was like a 30-minute segment, and it was Uncharted, and I saw it and I was like, bro, sounds just like him, looks just like, bro. That's a pretty good accurate. Where like, dude, he should have just cast him, and like they even have it right here too. Like that was Sully in the background also, bro. Fuck, look.
You know who else could have played him?
Andy Samberg.
It's our Andy Samberg. I mean, I think it would be the exact same as Tom Holland if Andy Samberg did it.
Yeah, but he looks goofy though. That's the reason.
I love Andy Samberg.
But you think
this guy,
Pedro could have done it.
Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, he could have been. I think he would have done it a lot.
No. Again, like there's people that could have actually done this, but they just, I guess they wanted the hype. You know, Sony of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think it's Sony.
Yeah, it's just like we already have him right here. Let's just fucking use him. I said, I guess.
Which is fine. Again, I personally have no complaints with that casting, especially after. Well, like at first I was like, okay, like. We'll see how he fits, but after watching it, I'm like,
no.
He did well.
If y'all go and watch the movie, you guys will actually love it to see exactly how he ran the role, how both Mark Wahlberg and Tom Holland ran both their roles perfectly. Honestly, I actually really liked it a lot.
They're both great actors in general.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So the villains in the movie, we have again, like I said, Santiago, the Toddy, I forgot what her name was or whatever, and we see a little bit of like the henchman, like the Irish dude.
The Irish guy? In the trailer, he's like, what?
What? Like fucking, he plays the true definition of a henchman where he doesn't have that many lines. Like, have you noticed, he said, I, like 50 times in that fucking movie, bro. He was just like, I, like he said, like, yelling. He said like all that. He said that twice. I said, bro, this gotta be lazy ass writing right now. Like, what the hell is this movie doing, bro? They weren't doing shit with that dude. But it was kind of funny. They just left him like it was just that big, tall guy that no one like really fucks with, you know?
Big boys that get in the way. That's really it.
That shit was funny. But the villains in that, you know, they're alright. It wasn't like any.
It wasn't like villain. It was just the bad guys. I wouldn't call them villains. They're just bad guys, really.
There was a lot of switching up of the villains though, because we do see like later on in the movie Santiago actually does get murked by Toddy. Again, I don't remember.
I don't think they say her name.
Did I say her name? I swear I forget that. No, they do like in the beginning, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, he slices her fucking neck. But also that fuck, yawn.
Yawn.
This takes me back to fucking episode 3, bro.
Now it doesn't feel, huh?
Now,
you're the one yawning.
But there was a lot of double cross in this movie.
There was.
Especially coming from Sully also.
Well, even before Tati like turned on Santiago, he murked his dad. So Santiago, it was just karma was a bitch right there. Literally. Same exact way too. She slit the dad's throat and then.
Sophia Taylor, who plays Chloe double crosses for a bit because she tries to do her own thing, but then she's like, oh, I don't want to fuck with these guys anymore, never mind, I'm gonna go back to Nathan, and Nathan's just like, what? But like she just keeps on like she's on some fuckery, you know.
Joe
Yo. Joe who? No, say it.
Joe Braddock.
Oh yeah, her name is Joe, right? Now I remember now because
I could have got you right there. You said Joe who?
But that the whole time, I'm not gonna lie, I kept on looking at you throughout the movie theater because every time I heard Joe, I kept on thinking of that joke in my head. It was so stupid. She played a very dangerous, like, she could take on a one-man army type joke. And she got murked too.
She did get murked.
By the ship.
Dude, that was like again, the like, funniest thing. And there's a lot of like funny moments. That was one of. She literally. I'm not gonna give context. She literally just gets a ship dropped on her face.
Bro, like, that comes back to like the action aspect of it. They had a actually like perfect like intense like action stuff that I actually really enjoyed. Like you could tell like in that whole movie, me and Brandon were like, Oh!
Yeah, it was pretty good. We were
like,
yo.
The fighting mechanics and all that was really well. Again, we know that like Tom Holland really loves to do a lot of his stunts, so a lot of that was really all him.
Yeah.
I don't know what Mark
so
Wahlberg
a lot of
does,
the times when we were watching it, I was like, that's Spider-Man.
That's
he's doing some shit that he learned from right Spider-Man. Yeah.
But also the comedy was actually pretty good too.
It wasn't bad. It was
like again, like I
funny.
know a lot of people don't like cheesy shit, but some of the cheesy shit they did, but also like
worked.
It was funny because I also heard I'm not used to hearing Tom Holland say like cuss words.
Yeah,
you know, like so I was like,
yeah, it's because he really has censor himself, of course, for Disney, but like.
For this, he was saying, but I mean, all he said was like shit, crap, like you know, stuff like that. But like every time I heard it, I was like, it felt weird in my mind. I was like, okay,
yeah. Just seeing Mark Wahlberg in a dry fit for whatever reason,
bro. That shit, like why the like so like in the game, Sully wears just Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah, he just sit.
He's just chilling, right?
But
also, Sully has a mustache in the thing. We'll actually get back to that later. But Mark Wahlberg doesn't even have a fucking mustache throughout the whole movie, right?
No.
But
yeah, at one point, Mark
the
Wahlberg
dry fit, bro. He was like Mark Wahlberg, a buff Sully. Just imagine, bro, just walking around, just all that
big arm Sully in the tank top too. I was like, bro, what the?
I do want to shout out Boston, because there was a scene in there where he was looking through, where Nathan was looking through the suitcase, and he pulls out a Boston Red Sox jersey. So go Sox!
Oh, God,
go Sox, baby!
Skip.
They had to bring it in there, and you know what? I'm pretty sure it was Mark Wahlberg that were like, "Yeah, put that shit in."
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, Mark Wahlberg's that Boston boy. He's that Boston boy, and I guess like it was a good like they don't really switch up the tone. Like Mark Wahlberg sounds the same in every single movie. Like he doesn't like switch it up that much.
They do have a good dynamic though. I think them two, they worked.
No, they work really well. I mean,
Yeah.
like what can you kind of like compare that to? Like what like Tom and Downey? But I think Tom and Downey had more of.
That's more of a father-son type of dynamic. Well, I want to say these guys were more just a partner dynamic.
Partner type shit.
Which, I guess you could say like Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart.
Oh yeah, I can see that
type of dynamic. It's like exactly. It was just similar.
And again, if you know they continue to do this franchise, I mean
they would work together.
The bond would be more there, and I'm pretty sure they love working together. They're funny as people.
They are funny.
Especially putting like again like Mark Wahlberg just being like
he does look like he could be Tom Holland's dad though.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
But being a like just a Boston individual, Boston people are funny. I'm not gonna lie to that because I know that from experience because I've gone to Boston. They're some funny ass people. We see that Sully is like kind of like manipulative to Nathan in the movie because that whole time Nathan's doing it for his brother.
Yeah.
He says, "I need to find my brother Sam. This is the only reason that I'm doing it. Hey, let's get some gold." And then Sully's just like, "Oh, I lied about Sam. Sam's not here, bro. Like he just dipped. Like he just lied the whole time, saying like, oh, Sam should be around here, but he's not."
Basically, yeah.
So then they have this big argument or big I guess separation at one point. Also, and then when they finally try and go and find the treasure again, they bring it back to the cargo scene. But then what I liked about that is that they brought it back and they're showing other stuff that was happening during that time, like why the cargo was out, why everyone's like flying all over the place, and then it just leads back to
comes back to the present time, basically.
Present time, and I like scenes like that too, especially like they didn't really focus that much on when they brought it back to the cargo scene. I thought I was like, oh, we're about to see the whole fucking cargo scene again.
But
they chopped it up really really well.
Mm-hmm.
And then at what point do we see the full? Because throughout the movie we see Nathan in different fits. Like we see him in a suit, we see him a black shirt. Like it takes a while for him to actually get to the point.
Yeah.
And whenever he gets so this is actually whenever they find the treasure, Sully finds him. He found the gold.
Yeah.
Nathan's like, I don't give a fuck. Here, take the gold. Yeah. But everyone else here is like you know what, like let's kick some ass. Let's do this. Everyone's like found the gold and shit. Like it just leads up. It's just. How do you say it? Like, it's just so fucking convenient that everyone like ended up at the same place.
Everyone
like,
just pulls up, yeah. Like the bad guys literally just blow.
That's actually whenever the great action scene comes along. Is whenever they are up on the ships and they start flying around and shit like that.
Yeah, which that doesn't make sense, but it's because the bad guys come in and they bring a helicopter to pick up the ships and take them out so they could be, I guess, whatever sold, whatever. Said ships flying around, bro. Literally ships flying around.
No, it was ships flying around. I was like, I hope people know what I understand. But again, that's whenever we finally get the. I think Nathan beats like 2 guys up, and then he gets like the little handles.
Yeah, he like pulls them off of one guy. Yeah,
bro, and they have that scene right there, and bro, that picture, like just that shot again, like the.
This guy's gonna get. This guy pulled up in the Nathan fit.
I pulled up in the Nathan fit today. I just need the.
So Spotify, if you can't see this, he's got the Nathan fit on.
But yeah. Whenever I saw that, I looked kind of like fanboyed. I was like, you know what? That actually looks really good on him.
That's what I'm saying.
That actually looks really good. And I don't think I would have said that from the start of the movie. Yeah. I really had to see exactly how he builds it up, and they did that really well in building it up to a point where like, fuck it, that's Nathan Drake. Yeah. Like you know, Tom Holland's Nathan Drake. Fuck it.
Yeah. They really did it though, but yeah, I liked it. I liked the whole part.
Yeah, they got the treasure. You know, they lost the treasure at first. Both ships. Yeah. One ship got fucked up.
One of the ships got.
But then the Irish guy died. Thank God. He's like, like dude, those were his only fucking lines. So that shit got fucked, and they have one with big gold, and then now
because Sully had his bag full of gold.
But and then I remember, and this is what we can bring up to it when we get there. Joe and Nathan have the final. Shut up, Brandon. Have their final like big fight together. Yeah. And they're kind of like evenly matched, like you could say that. And then they keep on climbing up.
They're trying to get to the helicopter.
Kind of, and Sully has his gold bag coming out of the helicopter while he's flying it.
Yeah. And he wants that gold, so like the gold starts falling out.
He's like chasing it.
He's
like,
straight
so he puts that shit on autopilot.
Yeah, just for the gold.
Joe drops the anchor of the ship while it's in the air, and it's like tugging, like shit's about to like go like bonkers, just like out of nowhere. And gets to the point where like Nathan's trying to reach up to Sully, like grab my hand or whatever. He was like grab the gold and shit like that. And it came back because earlier in the movie they had mentioned that the reason why Sam had I guess like he was gone or quote unquote gone was because Sully left him behind for like I guess the prize that they gotten or whatever, and it kind of was like right there like Sully like it was his decision.
He could have done the same
thing, but then we see that Sully grabs the bag, right? No, he doesn't grab the bag. He grabs
because they're both Joe and Nate are climbing up the rope to the helicopter, and Sully's holding onto the bag. And then he sees Nathan coming.
And then he just drops the bag.
He drops it on Joe, so Joe falls.
Fucking goes down,
falls into the ocean.
And then he picks up Nate, and that's where it's like the connection, the bond back again, the trust where it all needs to go, and that was actually really good. You can make redemption, you know. That was redemption right there.
He did.
And after that, the fucking shit lands on.
Yeah. So then they drop the ship, and then lands right on Joe's.
Rip Joe.
Right on Joe's face, and that shit is so funny.
And they were like, like Sully was like, I lost my gold and all that and all this shit. Like basically, like it was just like.
Yeah, he was like, I mean,
well,
we're alive, but no gold.
No gold. Was it? Well, I wouldn't say about that. And then Nate puts it out. He's like, what? He keeps on pulling out. He pulls out like
pieces
3
of gold,
right?
Yeah,
and then he's like, oh, and this one, bro. Okay, so.
Yeah, so he goes, oh wait, I got one more. So he's reaching into his pocket.
And he pulls out this gum.
He pulls out some bubble gum.
So the significance of the gum is the gum gets brought up in the movie throughout the whole time about like the beginning. Like Sam gives Nate the last piece of like this bubble gum. Mm-hmm. He chews bubble gum right before they go into the heist. He asks like, "Hey, I got like one gum left."
He uses it to. At one point, Nate uses it to like close, keep a door open.
And then he gives it to Sully, and Sully's just like, "That was my last piece." Oh no! Oh, that was like towards the end. He's like, "Let me see that." He's like, "That's my last piece," and he just throws it
out the window.
See, that's like the comedy shit that's like funny about it. And then they were like, "Well, I guess like we just keep on doing our thing and let's just keep on going on an adventure and all that stuff." Also, that was funny about the movie was the lighter that they have. Like the lighter like never fucking works. Every time I saw that, I was like, "This shit's actually kind of funny." It's like repetitive, stupid shit that keeps on going. You know,
like it worked. Like
it worked once, I think.
It worked like. Yeah.
Oh no! Like the cannon.
Did he use it for the cannon?
He went like. And lighted up.
That's right. Yeah.
So that was actually really. Again, like this movie has really great laughs. I actually had like a fun time with it.
Yeah, it is a good movie. It's not the greatest movie of all time, but it's very good.
Of course. Again, like I would love to see them continue. And then the movie ends with that.
Like I'd watch it again.
No, honestly, I kind of want to go.
I could watch it. I could watch it a couple times.
Then of course that's how the movie ends. It ends like on a somewhat of a happy note, you know. Mm-hmm. And then we actually see, I I know I didn't mention Chloe a lot there because I honestly don't think she played like that much of a significant. I mean, she was there, right? But like I don't recommend like just like really playing that much. She didn't make a big impact on me personally.
She's more significant in the games, I guess. But I think if they do future installments, because she does come back at the end. Nate actually at some point like tricks her because she backstabbed them, or she backstabbed Nate, obviously, and then they end up in the same situation, going back for the gold, and then they're like trying to find the coordinates of the gold, and then Nate finds it basically, but he gives her the wrong coordinates. So then this whole time on this whole ship scene, she's off at the wrong place, and then at the end when they're flying away together, she actually pulls up.
Yeah, pulls up to that
on a
part.
boat, and that's about it. But I think if she does come back, she'll probably be a little more important.
No, yeah, for sure. But good little ending right there, and then we actually get somewhat of end credit scenes.
We did get an end credit
where
scene.
it was the Nazi thing, yeah. That's what it was, right? They were like Nazi people, or like the patch guy.
They got the patch.
They were in like a bar. They were
exchanging. I don't remember the games. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a Nazi dude because you see like the symbol like on the shirt that he had.
I don't know how I didn't see that.
It was like his red pin or some shit like that.
I don't remember.
And they're talking and they're exchanging things like, oh, if I got you this.
He gives him like a map.
Yeah, like oh, it was about Sam, right?
I think so. A map for some
bullshit
kind of
or whatever.
treasure,
But then they kind of like fuck him over, and then
he
Sully
gives him the
comes
ring.
in. The funny thing is that like everyone.
Yeah, it was
has
just Nate
guns,
talking to this
right?
guy. It looked like a regular, like it was just a bunch of people on the side, and then Nathan and this guy were just talking, and then
freaking Sully busts in. But like, here's the thing, and that's how funny the scene is that like all these guys are gunned up, and Sully's the only one that busts in. Like, and they're just like real quick, like, and they're like, and then finally. Sully finally gets his mustache.
He gets his mustache. We see the mustache on him, and he gets a cigar.
He does get a cigar. Not a bad look. Not a bad look for Mark Wahlberg.
That's what I'm saying. So.
I think I can actually finally he can grow on me more, just the character wise. And then they get everything that they need to get out of there. Like and then Mr. Whiskers.
Mr. Whiskers.
The fucking I take Mr. Whiskers with me everywhere.
Oh yeah, the cat. Yeah. If you know about the cat. You know.
What was the cigar again? He said it was
Monte Cristo or something.
Monte Cristo, yeah, dude, that shit was dope, bro. The Cubans be smelling hella nice now. And then they walk outside, and then they ends with like them like
they're just like looking. You can tell someone pulled up on them because they're like shocked. They're like, oh god.
They're like, and then it ends. And I think the reason they put that in there is because I think they actually will make a second Uncharted movie.
Yeah, which again makes sense why they chose younger actors, because if they're gonna keep
character development
going,
right there.
They get old actors, they're just gonna get older and look too old or whatever. So, but yeah,
I'm actually.
It seems like they're gonna have more, which I don't mind.
And then we also do see that credit scene of Sam also.
Oh yeah, the actual post-credit scene.
Everyone thinks that he's like dead.
Yeah, they all think he's dead, gone, or whatever. Died
and he's still writing the postcards, and even on the postcards, like, Nate, are you still getting these? And it just says like S at the bottom. Which
the postcards have significance in the movie if you watch it. Or
if you keep on watching that movie, like, bro, again, like Sam, I guess like they want to use Sam for like bigger pictures, which they actually have. I think if I'm looking at this the right way, they will be going a video game-esque route, starting off with Sully, keep on going, make another one, keep on going, big time Sam.
Makes sense.
Or like at least cut in the middle with Sam, you know. Mm-hmm. So they'll do something like that. And for y'all that look at me and Brandon are looking at my fucking notebook doodling down right now.
Yeah. My bad that y'all can
looking like some fucking kids. But I'm excited now.
Yeah.
I can go with it. Again, I gave the movie a really high 7 out of 10, and that was just because I didn't like the first half of it. I wasn't a big fan of like the intros, but after that, character movement went really, really well.
I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. I guess I really liked it. But
again, I'll see it again. Again, I actually would recommend y'all. Like again, even if I think this is I guess you can kind of say a movie that you don't really need to watch the games.
You don't need to play the games.
I feel like if you don't know the games, you'll like the movies more.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
because you're gonna be just introduce these characters and like they introduce them very well. It's not like they made it expecting you to have played the game. You know what I mean? They didn't like leave details or out about these characters that you have to just know or something.
Or anything, you know?
Yeah. So they did a good job with that.
So
yeah,
really,
if you haven't played the game,
really happy for this success, and I hope that like video game directors can take notes of this if they want to make other more video game movies. You know,
if you're gonna make a video game movie, basically just get with Sony.
Dude,
get with Sony, please.
Get with Sony, or like do it right. Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to make like a fucking God of War movie, or again like.
I would be okay with that.
I mean,
as long as they do it like, because I guess as long as they're not trying to be their own way. Just tell the story how we played in the games, because that's what people like. People like playing the game for a reason. So just put that story into live action. Don't go, oh, they like this. Well, maybe they'll like this version better if we do it completely differently. They don't need to do that. Just make it how the game is. It's really that simple.
It's simple, man. You know, I mean, again, original ideas are cool, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's what I'm saying. Yep.
But we do want to shout out Sony. Sony, they did really good for this, and we're excited for a lot of the other productions that you guys are going to be putting out for us, because me and Brandon we are going
to be watching everything.
We have everything.
Morbius
is coming out. That will be the next Sony production that we're seeing. We'll just see exactly how the future for that too. But again, PlayStation, thank you for giving us a really great game.
It's a great series.
And a great series for us to continue doing this live action wise. I'm going to end it with, I do love Tom Holland, but Nathan Fillion is my choice.
Say what you want.
We might have to put that as one of the panhandles. Like, look at that. Look at that scheme of it. It's Nathan Fillion and Tom Holland together, and like...
He looks like Jeremy Renner. Jeremy Renner.
Damn,
Jeremy Renner could have done it. Shout out to Hawkeye. R.I.P.
But yeah, that was our little take on Uncharted.
Uncharted.
We want to say thank y'all again for joining us on this one. We hope that y'all like this one. Again, like a lot of the other topics that we've been talking about are pretty hot. Again, this is a pretty hot topic if you're just a video game fan in general. Mm-hmm. And you know, we keep on going, keep the flow going, and all that stuff. We actually do. Me and Brandon were talking about this before the start of the podcast. We have one good week during spring break where we're really just gonna hammer everything.
Yeah,
hammer everything just so everything could be
done, just so we could be ahead of
things. Work. Shout out Rihanna, but
shout out. All right. Damn.
And
too soon.
But yeah, like we're really excited to keep on doing all this stuff. We're doing all this for y'all, but especially for us at the same time. We just talked Geek for a second right there.
Yeah, we did talk Geek.
We kind of geeked out on that movie for a bit, but especially we do plan on coming out with later on in the hopefully near future our reviews on the actual games, where me and Brandon will actually play the games, do a quick run through, give y'all the points of Uncharted 1, 2, 3, 4, and the DLC of it, to where maybe we could do just side comparison from the video games to the movies from then.
Yeah,
but you guys have to stick around for that later on. We do have some more stuff coming on, and we hope you guys are having a beautiful day, evening, night, time, whatever you're at, especially wherever you're at in whatever country, state, anything you're at. And thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for listening, everybody, and staying with us.
Much love. Thank you for the support. We're loving this. Let's keep it going. As always, I'm Nathaniel.
I'm Brandon.
Or Nene.
Or Nene.
And we love y'all. We'll see y'all later. Fuck up that for being fucking tired.
Dude, that was good. 50 minutes of content.
Kanye? It died.